Hello, beautiful souls. So today I just wanted to basically share how is it that I meditate. I know there's so many different versions of meditation out there, and I've gone to many different workshops and classes on learning how to meditate. And through all those teachings, I've pulled bits and pieces, and I've made it my own. And meditation for me doesn't always look like this. It's not where I'm sitting. It's not where my eyes are closed, which sometimes they are. But I find meditation to be something I do sometimes while I'm hiking. I love nature and I seem to ground in nature. So I sometimes find that as a very meditative practice. I've I have these conversations with that voice inside your mind, your heart, that's kind of sharing wisdom. And you're like, where's that coming from? Right? Because it's like it's answering my questions, but with such love. That's what I like to call my inner guidance, my higher self, the God that is in all of us. We all have this little voice inside of us that's guiding us. And then I do think sometimes there is the critic inside of us too that's kind of talking down or saying things negative. So I always try to, and I do have that voice too sometimes, and I just half the time it's just trying to in some way protect me, especially when it's something I really want to do and it's like, no, you shouldn't do that. Uh, it's too risky. It's not right. It's not this, it's not that. You're not skilled enough for that. That is the critic voice. When it starts putting me down and when it starts like just saying negative things about what I want, I then realize. And the more you pay attention, right? You just have to be an observer of what's happening in your mind and what's happening inside of you. The more you practice that, the more you're aware to distinguish the voices. Because when it's a higher self guidance, it is very soft, it's gentle, it's guiding you to what it is that you're wanting. And it always encourages. It's never putting me down. It's always like, yes, you can. Usually it's the very first voice I hear, and then this little critic person comes in and it's like, don't listen to that. And I feel like that's where the angel and the devil voices come in. It's like this one's always so sweet and gentle, and it's always usually the first one to speak, and then this one kind of overpowers it, and it just still continues to softly speak to you in hopes that you will listen, right? it 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 wants the best for you. Wow, I got off on a tangent there. The reason I'm saying that is because I find when I'm meditating, the voice, the sweet voice, the guidance voice, that one tends to be a little louder. And the more I meditate, the more I connect with the higher divine, the God within, the whatever you want to call it. I know everyone has a name for it. Source, light, the one, Holy Spirit, God, whatever you want to call it. I that's semantics to me. I just feel it. I'm a feeler, so I just feel this being of love that pours over. When I connect with it consistently, it becomes louder. And of course, it's like it puts you in a space of just gratitude, like, wow, actually, everything's working out for me. Even when this one's talking, you're like, yeah, I hear you, but it's actually working out for me. And it's okay that it's not moving as quick. It's okay because, yeah, it's amazing. So with that, one of the ways I like to do it, like I was saying, is meditation. And I know that some people are like, oh, meditation is so boring, it's so hard, it's so this and that. I was guilty of that too. But again, it's practice. We're so used to instant stimulus. So I have to do this, I have to do that. I have a to-do list of all the things, right? But if you just breathe, you realize, actually, I don't have to do that right now at this very instant. I can take a moment to just be in this space. And the more you quiet your mind and not need so much stimulus, the easier meditation comes. So don't be shocked if when you start meditating, it's hard. And you're like, oh my gosh, time is taking forever. A minute just seems so long. And in this video, we're going to try to do it for 5 minutes, which I know we can do that, right? Some people like to add music in the background that sometimes relaxes their minds or keeps their minds going. Whatever works, you're going to find your way. And again, this seated position might not be it. Maybe you are the type of person who you need to be physically moving and processing the thoughts. Like, it's like you need to keep the physical body busy so that you can go within, which that's okay too. You just have to find it. And I just encourage you to go attempt to try to discover what works best for you. There is no one fits all formula. I'm just showing what works for me and what it is that I do sometimes. And again, even then, not all of my meditations are the same. Sometimes I listen to music. Sometimes, like I said, I hike. So it just depends on what works for you. So usually what I do is I just take a nice deep breath. I'm like, and when I take a deep breath, I just envision this beautiful light just pour over me. And it kind of just, like, when you enter a shower and that hot water just pours on you and you're like, ah, that's what it feels like. And then I take my mind's eye. So when you close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes. Do you just feel like you're looking at the back of your lids? Do you feel like your presence is somehow right in front of your eyes? So what I would invite you to do is now take that presence, right? The idea of you looking behind your eyes without opening your eyes, and see what it feels like to go down to your mouth, down to your throat, down to the heart, right above your chest area. You're going to feel a space, and it's a little warm there. This is where I like to focus my presence when I'm meditating. It feels really open. It feels like a hug in a way, at least for me. I don't know what it feels like for you, but just take notice of that space. All right, so I'm going to come back up. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to sit in that space that I just guided you, and I'll guide you again now that you kind of know where the steps are. We're just going to be there. I can guide a little bit of it, but I really want you to just be okay with the quietness of that space. So I'm going to do my best not to talk as much. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. I'm giving us 5 minutes to be in this space. This is what I call the heart space, or the garden of the heart. It's just beautiful there. And don't be surprised if visuals start coming up. Like if you're like, oh wow, I'm seeing colors or I'm seeing things. Also, don't be surprised if you're having that to-do list come through, or like thoughts about, oh, I wonder what so-and-so is doing right now. Or that's part of it. Just my advice is when your brain scatters away, Take a deep breath and bring it back. No judgment. It's okay, I had that thought. Great. Bring it back. Okay? So I'll guide you to start, and then once we go into the garden of the heart, or this heart space area, I don't want to fully call it the garden of the heart because we can go even deeper into the heart if we really wanted to. We'll just live there and see. And I think that's a good starting point for meditation. So go ahead and, oh, of course. Oh, there you are. Okay. So go ahead and close your eyes. And let's just do 3 breaths together just to kind of really release the pressure or any anxiety or any angst that we might have in ourselves. So we're going to take a deep breath in. And let it out. Again, we're going to take a deep breath in. And let it out. Last time. Take a deep breath in. And let it out. Now, as you have your eyes closed, just pay attention to where your presence is currently focusing on. Is it on a thought? Is it focusing on the light that's coming through your eyelids? Shadows that you may see? Is it focused on the noise around you? Just observe. And we're going to take this presence, welcoming everything we are seeing, feeling, hearing in our environment around us. It's okay that that's there. And we're going to now take our focus down into our heart space. So we'll move down from our eyelids. If you can focus at your eyelids, we're going to take it down. Get down into your mouth. And let's focus it continuing down our throats. Continue following that down into the heart. Just below the collarbone area, right at the center. You'll feel it. And just take notice as to what is there. If your thought is wandering, if your mind is wandering, breathe it back into the heart. Are you feeling any sensations? Just observe what you're feeling right now in this moment. Now, let's just leave some gratitude here. Think of like you're planting a seed of gratitude in this space. Just a thank you for this experience. Thank you for finding this spot. Now we're going to just take our awareness, lift it up from there, back up to the throat, the mouth, back up to our eyelids. And we're going to take one deep breath. Ready? Inhale, take a deep breath in. And sigh it out. Awesome. So you can open your eyes. And guys, that was 5 minutes. 5 minutes. We can do this anytime. You're stressed out. You need to go take a knee break, right? Go to the bathroom stall. Be on the toilet doing this. Go into a closet. If you can't have a space that's by yourself, you can do this anywhere. And just, how do you feel? Take notice. How do you feel right now? Feel a little more grounded? Do you feel a little more present? 5 minutes. Eventually you can add, maybe tomorrow you do 6 minutes, the next day 7, 15, 25, 30. I mean, we have to start somewhere. That was 5 minutes. You can do this. And I hope you enjoyed. Please share this with anyone you think would find this beneficial. Yeah, and subscribe, like, and leave any comments if you think you'd want a meditation on something, or if you even like this. That way I can know how to adjust. I mean, I'll keep putting out what feels right, but I'm happy to do one that's focused on a certain topic maybe that I can't think of right now. But anyways, I thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day. So have a good one.